Well, less than 48 hours after one of the biggest moments in BCU Athletics' recent memory, Wildcat Athletics rolls on at the Daytona Beach Ocean Center as we bring you Bethune-Cookman University men's basketball on the CatEye Radio Network. Today, the Wildcats start the Geico Sunshine Slam, the first of two games here just across the bridge from campus in Daytona Beach, taking on in-state rivals, the Jacksonville Dolphins. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Turillo. Happy to have your company. Sabrina Petit-Home joins me on the sidelines here at the Ocean Center. Sabrina, have you recovered from Saturday yet?
My voice is slowly coming back, but as you can tell from the post that I was jumping with joy. It's really nice to see that the hard work of the boys on the men's football team has really came into fruition. We needed that win, Mike.
Now, let's talk basketball because the Wildcat men's team have garnered some national attention.
Yeah.
Of course, the overtime game against Auburn, the 100 points against Coastal Georgia. But this past week, they went toe-to-toe with Dayton, who's probably bound for the NCAA tournament at the end of the year, and took a non-conference win at Ohio in a low-scoring contest for the Cats, 76 to 73. Sabrina, it's all about conserving momentum and driving it into this tournament, and it's the only time this season the Wildcats will play on back-to-back days. Talk about the conditioning and how you got to be ready even this early in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we need to make sure that these the men on this team is staying healthy and also keeping consistent as well. You know, as long as they're keeping consistent and rising above the challenge to better themselves as a team and not just singular, I think they'll be able to come up with a really good spot.
Both teams come in today at 2-3. Jacksonville has a non-D1 win against Trinity College, a winning at VMI, and losses to George Mason, High Point, and Miami early on in this season. The problem for the Wildcats will be Jacksonville's height. They have 9 players on their roster taller than 6'5". How do the Wildcats look to combat that this afternoon?
And this is where staying healthy comes into play, because obviously they have a height advantage over us, and you don't want to be able to come up with them, come down and something drastic happens. So we need to be able to. They're going to force us to a shooting game since they have so much height down there. Maybe some mid-rangers will be the best for us today. Maybe be able to draw those fouls, but we need to be smart with those as well.
For the Wildcats, it's been the Arterio Morris show early on. The former 5-star recruit leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. He's doing it all for the Maroon and Gold so far.
Yeah, he's working, absolutely, and it's really good to see a team that's being able to flow with chemistry all throughout. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do today against Jacksonville, along with the members of the basketball team as well.
After being out for a couple of games with an injury, Jacoby Hetty is back. He's also scoring 16 points per game, and Seneca Willoughby, of course, is going to be the main distributor for the Wildcats today. There may be a Dr. Bradley sighting. Don't get your hopes up, but maybe. It's about if his waiver clears during the game, they may put him in. But it's going to be the same 9 or 10 players that we've seen throughout the season. As we get in to this first game, let's send it courtside for the player introductions.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ocean Center. The Geico Sunshine Slam presents the second of 4 games today. Our second game features the Jacksonville Dolphins and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. We're going to get right to the starting lineups for game 2. First, we welcome from the ASUN in Jacksonville, Florida, the Jacksonville Dolphins. At guard, a 6-foot junior from Nashville, Tennessee, number 2, Jalen Jones. At guard, a 6'6" freshman from Springdale, Arkansas, number 8, Hayden Wood. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore from New Orleans, Louisiana, 11, Chris Lockett Jr. And 1 forward, a 6'7" senior from Detroit, Michigan, number 31, Jason Thurkill Jr. And at the other forward, a 6'9" junior from Columbia, South Carolina, number 33, Donovan Rivers. Head coach of the Jacksonville
starting lineups are on the floor. Run through them one more time real quick for you. It'll be Jalen Jones, Hayden Wood, Chris Lockett, Jason Thirdkill, and Donovan Rivers for Jacksonville. And for the Cats, Jacoby Hetty, Quentin Hetty, Arterio Morris, Jordan Johnson, and Daniel Ruzon. Well, the Headband Club has a new member today,
Yes, they
as
do.
both Hettys and Jordan Johnson are wearing the white headband.
The triplets.
Bethune-Cookman in the white jerseys today, gold trim, gold numbers with a maroon trim, and Jacksonville in the all green road strip, gold piping down the sides, numbers in white, Jacksonville in block text in white above the numbers. The Dolphins will go left to right across your radio dial, the Wildcats right to left in this first half. But once again, a good afternoon to you, and welcome to the Daytona Beach Ocean Center for Geico Sunshine Slam Basketball. Sabrina, is this the first time you've been in the gym since they've redone the floor?
Yes, this
This is only the second event since
Yeah.
they redid the floor. I remember the Ocean Center had all these five
It felt like-
three-point. It was an old court. Felt
Yeah.
like it had 5 3-point lines and all these mismatched colors. Looks really nice now with a teal and green color scheme outlining the hardwood. The Wildcats win the tip. Arterio Morris controls, going right to left. He'll hand to Jordan Johnson, who circles the circles, and hands to Hetty right in front of us here at the scorer's table. Back up top to Johnson. Thinks about a three, guarded by Thirdkill. All the way out to Morris. Morris looks for the screen. He gets blitzed off the screen. Goes back to Ruzon to the right-hand corner. Baseline drive. Kick to the corner. Johnson. He's double-teamed. Throws it way back on top. 7 to shoot. Morris. Extra pass. Right-hand corner. Quentin Hetty just too strong, but it banks in off the glass as well. Rim glass it in for 3 points.
Mike, remember we talked about that transition play. We've seen a lot more passes with these Wildcats throughout the season, so I'm really excited to see how many transition plays they're going to be able to make.
Driving left baseline is Lockett. He'll draw the foul. He's got hip checked by Hetty. And one of the things the Wildcats cannot afford to do is get in early foul trouble. Actually, Arterio Morris going to pick that one up. But what they can't afford to do is get involved in early foul trouble because they're so light
Yeah,
on the bench.
that's where having a smart play really comes into fact.
Wildcats have only run 9 players with more than 50 minutes on the floor so far this season through 5 games. Left hand drive for Hayden Wood, the freshman. Left-hand layup, no good. Good defense by Hetty. Wildcats look to run in transition. Stretch pass to Jacoby. Jacoby driving at the free throw line, picks up his dribble, hands back to Ruse on top of the key, then gets it back in front of the Jacksonville bench. Ruzon double-teamed and fouled by Rivers with a reach-in.
Now, I've seen so far in the first couple minutes of this game playing cross-court passes. They have more height than us, so I don't think that's going to be a smart play this game.
Well, the Wildcats want to run and gun. That's their modus operandi. They want to outscore you. Quentin Hetty, handoff Arterio Morris, right baseline. Skip pass to the corner, left-hand side. Johnson a three, kaboom! Jordan Johnson. 2 straight threes for the Cats, one by Morris, one by Johnson, and the Wildcats are up 6-0.
You know, when they get hot, but we got to stay composed. That chemistry is starting to flow a little bit better, so I'm really excited to see what's more.
Jones controls left of the circle for Jacksonville. Gets it to Lockett in the right-hand corner. Back up top for Thirdkill. It cycles back to Jones on the left-hand wing.
What a
Jones
defense.
behind his back against Ruzon. Gets all the way in. Layup is good. That's a mismatch. The shiftier Jones on the bigger Ruzon.
Now, what I've seen down there is that they're running some type of man zone at the same time, being able to stay on their persons while protecting that basketball court, and I've never seen something like that at all.
On a curl screen, floating it up is Johnson, up and in just inside the free throw line. 8-2, Bethune-Cookman, 17:50 to go in the first half. All the way out, here's the freshman Hayden Wood from Springdale, Arkansas, averaging 6.5 points per game. It goes across to Chris Lockett Jr. out of New Orleans. Jumping to defend the rim beautifully is Jordan Johnson. He was straight up against Rivers to deny him a layup. Now Arterio Morris, coast to coast, lost the handle. It goes out of bounds, but will stay with Bethune-Cookman. Last touch by Jalen Jones. I can't almost keep up with the pace of this Bethune-Cookman team. 8-2 Wildcats over Dolphins.
It's like every game they get faster and faster.
And then you know that's how Coach wants to go, though. He wants to push the pace. Wildcats will have a baseline in. Basket that they attack to listeners left. Here's Chris Arias, the leading scorer from Jacksonville, checking in off the bench, averaging 13 points per game. Arias had a 3-pointer at the buzzer to pick up the only D1 win for JU on the season over Virginia Military. Ruzan gets the inbounds pass. He's double teamed on the baseline, throws it
Nice.
to the cutting Morris. He extra passes it under the basket. A triple team down low. Now Morris gets it back out to Johnson. He steps back, 13 on the shot clock, gets the ball batted out of his hands, and it's a Wildcat turnover.
That was a great transition as well, though. Just wasn't there at the right time.
Third kill forces the turnover. Now he gets it top of the key, drives right on Ruzan, gets bumped, bucket in the foul.
And that's what they're going to do. You know, even though that they have more height than us, they're definitely going to figure out the way to drive, get them in foul trouble. We don't have a deep bench, it's just like how you said. You know, we need to be able to stay fresh as well, too, but stay composed. You talk about Coach Diaz wanting to be able to run up that skills over and over, running up those points over and over, but at the same time, we need to stay composed.
Jason, third kill out of Detroit, Michigan. Playing at Jacksonville, finally landing at a D1 after NAI and Division II stops. Was all Great Lakes Conference defensive team last year. He misses the free throw, though. The Wildcats have a 4-point lead with just under 17 minutes to go first half. Jordan Johnson around the top between the circles, hands to Morris on a weave. Down low, Ruzan, extra pass, baseline runner for a layup, good, and the foul for Jordan Johnson. What ball movement by the Cats.
Mike, that was a minimum of 5 passes. A minimum of 5 passes. It was like poetry in motion, seeing that come to life. And it's in different variations. This is the second time I've seen that done that. Let's see if Jacksonville is going to be able to catch on.
Correction, that was Quentin Hetty. They do look, Hetty and Johnson do look similar.
Remember, we got the triplets out
attempt
here.
is no good, so both teams 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Jacksonville will get possession as the ball dribbles out of bounds. 10-4 Wildcats. But you're right, the ball movement, especially they're trying to get that extra pass for the free basket at the dunker spot. That line worked to perfection for Quentin Hetty. Wildcats up 10-4, Jacksonville with possession. Third kill with his heels on the logo at midcourt. Into the low block it goes to Alan Udamadu, then back out to Evan Strick, who's just checked into the game for the Dolphins. Strick hands to Jones, thought about a deep three, drives right to the lane, skips through the lane with a Euro step. Oh, he gets it to roll in off the glass.
Remind me of Brayon Freeman.
Yeah, Jalen Jones, the shortest player on the team with the roll in. Arterio Morris stumbles as he tries to get by Jones, and he draws the hand check foul as he was driving through the lane. No basket on that one, even though Morris put it up and in on the continuation.
Jones is really shifty. I could honestly see how he gets through those big bodies as well with his speeds and his agility. Relentless.
Yep. The Dolphins bring in Enrico Borio, the Brazilian national team member, to play now. Arterio Morris gets a screen from Ruzan, goes right, gets double teamed, hands it to Johnson, who's forced all the way back to the midcourt stripe. Quentin Hetty, 10 on the shot clock. He drives in, Euro step, left-hand floater, just off the rim, too strong, no good. And Jacksonville wants to push the pace with Arias into the corner for Borio, the Brazilian. Borio to Udamaru. Now on the low block, it's Strick. Back out, Arias straight on three, too strong off the heel. Offensive rebound for Jones at the free throw line. Back to Arias. Faces up against Jacoby Hetty, fires a three, no good. Great box out by Ruzan to get the rebound.
And slow the tempo down. I feel like we're starting to try and match the other energy. They're trying to pick it up. Slow it down and play your own game, guys.
10-6 Wildcats, 15:25 on the first half clock. Arterio Morris drives left into a double team. Hands the ball to Ruzan, top of the key. Ruzan takes a long two, front iron, back iron, no. And Arias grabs the miss for Jacksonville.
So what's changed now? How has Jacksonville been able to keep BCU and with that scoreless for the past couple?
Well, they're aggressively doubling on those handoffs.
Yes.
That's the main thing I've seen that they've switched to.
Pressing a little bit harder.
Oh, good defense by the Wildcats, forcing an out of bounds on Borio. He just lost the handle on a triple handoff right by the BCU bench. The ball will go back to the Wildcats, up 10-6 at the first media timeout. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University basketball on the CatEye Radio Network. Back at the Daytona Beach Ocean Center, it's the first time out of the contest. Bethune-Cookman leads the Jacksonville Dolphins 10-6. They did lead 10-2, but Jacksonville has relied on a couple of Wildcat missed shots to pull to within 4. Michael Turillo, Sabrina Petit-Home bringing you all the action on the CatEye Radio Network here this afternoon. And the Wildcats will have the ball after a Jacksonville turnover going right to left as we restart play.
See, Ariel has checked back in, so we're definitely probably going to see some paint action.
Yep. Wildcats make their first substitution of the game, bringing in Ariel Bland for Daniel Ruzon. Quentin Hetty passes to Jacoby Hetty, but Jacoby was being held by Enrico Borio. Correction, Arias is going to get the foul call on him. Conversely, Jacksonville has already played 11 players in the game. To Bethune-Cookman 6, baseline in for the Cats. Gotta be careful of that 5-second violation. They do get it into Quentin Hetty with 20 on the shot clock. Hetty pounds the ball into the floor, backs up into the paint, dishes for Jacoby. His 3, too strong, rebound by Strick. Wildcats are gonna have to rely on that 3-pointer. And it didn't go that time as Strick works it into the front court. Across it goes for Michael Harper Jr. from Jasper, Florida. Harper to the right-hand corner, Borio. Borio floats it in on the low block to the 7-footer Caparasso. He goes up with the left hand, in and out. And the long rebound is tapped away by Arterio Morris. He dribbles through traffic into the front court. One-on-one with Strick, goes up and gets his shot rejected. An offensive tip-in, though, for Jacoby Hetty is good.
Right back in.
Wait for Jacoby to follow up on that play.
Absolutely. That's why you got to stay one step behind each other. That synergy is definitely going to be there for the guys every single time.
Strick around a screen, throws it back to the top for Arias. Left-hand drive into the lane, gets it stripped by Johnson. Ball loose under the basket, recovered by Jacksonville. Back up to the top for Strick, rifle to the left-hand corner. Arias, a catch and shoot 3. Too short, rebound, Bland, and the Cats have the ball.
Big body.
Bland, not that tall, just 6'7", but wide shoulders.
That power that he comes up with and comes down just forces everybody to back out my way, you know?
Quentin Hetty controls. He'll look to move to the right, outside the free throw line, and Arterio Morris got the ball stripped, and it's going to be Jacksonville ball as it last touched off his hand.
Nice defense from Evan Strick as well, too, who stripped the ball from them, but...
Yep. Strick from St. Louis, but played at the Rock Prep in Gainesville. 1,000-point high school scorer, Evan Strick.
Seems like Coach Diaz is seeing that they're going to put the zone defense on him. They had Seneca come in, you know, who's known to making these threes, so it's going to be... We'll see how that's going to be able to move.
Jacksonville with the ball, Strick with possession. He'll face up against Willoughby. Throw the ball to the left-hand wing for Harper. Harper around the screen. Pick and pop from the left-hand wing. That is good. Draining it is Borio. Borio's 5th 3 of the season was shooting it at 25% from beyond the arc. And it's Bethune-Cookman 12, Jacksonville 9 with 13 minutes to go in the first half. Seneca Willoughby. Frisbee pass up top to Quentin. Quentin hands off to his brother, and Jacoby will stare down. Raku lose the ball in transition, but he comes right to Bland. Bland dribbles,
take it out.
Floater in the lane, good over the 7-footer Caparasso.
Now, the fundamentals that Ariel has, I would love to see that with David as well, too, if he ever comes in the game. Using that body, but having those fundamentals will be able to be a great, great post player.
Strick to the corner for Wood, who's come back in. Wood, cross-court pass to Borio. He's in the right-hand corner, down to Caparasso. He got stripped by Bland. Nice sequence from Bland. Bucket at one end, strip on the other.
And that's what my coach...
Seneca almost stepped into a 3. Now he'll take it, and he got it.
Something my coach always told me, if you're in the post and you get the ball, don't ever bounce pass it back up to go up there, because they're going to be able to strip it out of you every single time. Go straight up.
Yeah, Quentin Hetty drove all the way into the paint, kicked it back out for the trailing Willoughby to hit the 3-pointer.
Yep.
17-9 Bethune-Cookman, 12 minutes to go in the first half. Harper facing up against Johnson. Harper drives right of the lane, throws it up, no good, no foul. Great defense by Jordan Johnson.
Yeah.
Willoughby controls right side. He decides to attack, then kicks it to the left-hand corner. 3 on the way from Q. No good. Rebound control by Caparasso for Jacksonville.
Kind of seems like Jacksonville's being able to keep up with the speed that the Wildcats are bringing, but they're also giving them a run on the money when it comes to their defense.
Harper up on top, guarded by Q, goes to Borio, left-hand side. Borio, the handoff to Wood. Wood, right side baseline drive against Johnson, spins, puts it up, draws the foul against Jordan Johnson.
I was, as I saw how he was fighting, his hands was being able to be curved. As long as you have that hand straight up, it'll be clean. But the moment it flips down, it's a foul.
That's our second media timeout. We'll take it. Jacksonville at the line when we come back, but it's a 17-9 BCU lead right here on the CatEye Radio Network.
Yeah.
You love Bethune-Cookman University sports? Then don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports programs. Hosted by Michael Turillo and featuring the expertise of sports information staff at Bethune-Cookman, Hail Wildcats Radio delivers unparalleled coverage of your favorite teams. Tuned to 1380 WELE Daytona Beach every Saturday to catch the show live or listen anytime on your favorite podcast platform. As we come back at the under 11 media time outs. Bethune-Cookman 17, Jacksonville 9. But Hayden Wood is at the line for 2 shots after drawing a foul on Jordan Johnson right before we went to break. I was remarking with you, Sabrina, in the timeout that Jacksonville has already used 11 players in the game as opposed to Bethune-Cookman's just 7.
Honestly, that's probably the smartest thing that it could probably done to be able to keep up with BCU. They may have more body with us, but you know the talent that Bethune-Cookman carries, they need to be able to keep up with them. They have to be able to keep those legs fresh.
Wood 1 for 2. That's the first free throw made by JU today. The Wildcats still don't have one. 0 for 1 at the line. And Bethune-Cookman controls up by 7. Jordan Johnson. Hands off Arterio Morris, right-hand wing, looking for a screen from Willoughby. Double team, picks up his dribble. Ariel Bland on the baseline, back to Willoughby. Willoughby decides to drive into an open lane. And he got the foul, no bucket.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen Seneca drive down to the paint.
I mean, when you leave a lane as wide open as the parting of the Red Sea, I could have driven through that lane.
Absolutely.
So now Seneca Willoughby will head to the free throw line. Wildcats aren't shooting great from the line this season, 61.6%. First one, Willoughby missed it. Front iron, back iron off to the left. Jacksonville also not shooting great from the free throw line, just 64% as a team on this season. And that was only the second miss of the year for Willoughby from the stripe. He was 5 of 6 previously. 2 dribbles with the right hand, spins the ball in his left. The second shot is up and good. And it's 18-10. Wildcats with 11:05 to go and counting here in the first half.
That pace has definitely slowed down on both teams.
Tough catch in transition for Jones. He stares down Jordan Johnson, now throws it in the post. Open post, the layup is good on the pick and roll for Donovan Rivers.
They just ran a box defense, something that I didn't think Jacksonville was going to play. I think that was one of the plays that they were talking about during that media timeout to play. I guess they see they leave it open every time.
Ariel Bland, skip pass right-hand corner. Baseline drive for Johnson. He gets doubled, keeps his dribble and backs out, hands to Seneca. Willoughby to the left, tries to go pick and roll. Ruzon, baseline jumper from 10 feet away is good. They took away the pick and roll, but they left Ruzon open on the baseline.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one thing that I do like with the Wildcats as well, too. They're able to recover from a failed play. If that play didn't work, okay, let's do something else. Let's just play basketball.
Wood tried to step into a three, well guarded by Johnson, but they're going to get a holding foul. Offensive foul called against Chris Lockett Jr. as he held Seneca on the defense. Not often do you see an off-the-ball hold called an offensive foul.
Yep. And then on top of that, they're not running a man anymore. They're running a zone. Wildcats are running the zone, being able to clear out the basket because they know they have big bodies. You know, running a man, they're going to get beat every time.
Wildcats control up by 8, 20 to 12. Arterio Morris hands to Willoughby right in front of us. At the free throw line, here's Bland. Dribbling, spinning, tried to dump it off to Ruzon, but it went out of bounds off of Donovan Rivers. Rivers, the 6'9" junior out of Columbia, South Carolina. His entire college career at JU, he's that big body down there in the middle. Wildcats will control sideline in, right in front of the Jacksonville bench with 13 to shoot. Morris triggers the inbound. Finds Ruzon, pops it back out to Morris, top of the key. Willoughby, guarded by Third Kill. Throws it down into the low block. And missing the layup was Ariel Bland. And then Jones in transition. He tries to go coast to coast, puts his shoulder to the chest of Willoughby all the way in and draws a jump ball.
Wow, that was a call.
The Dolphins will maintain possession on the alternating possession arrow, but great defense by Seneca, backing up to his own basket, forcing the jump ball on the layup.
Jacksonville not happy with that call.
Quentin Hetty returns for Ruzon.
Give him a little break.
So they're putting Ariel at the 5. They had Ruzon at the 4 there, and now Quentin's going to come into the 4. Chris Lockett Jr. triggering the inbounds. It goes to Wood, right baseline. Wood tries to go up through contact. No foul called. Lost the ball out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Dolphins. It was sandwiched in between Morris and Bland right there. Another baseline in with 20 on the shot clock. Rivers over Bland, makes the catch on the right-hand wing. Here's the handoff to Chris Lockett Jr. Back to Rivers, goes inside, gets the bump, doesn't get the finish, but it's a foul on Quentin Hetty, and that'll be his first. Wildcats thankfully have 4 fouls, but nobody with more than 1. Both teams have committed 4 personals with 9:25 to go in the first half. Wildcats shooting 57% from the floor right now. 8 of 14. Jacksonville 5 of 12. But the Wildcats have only been to the line twice. They're 1 of 3. Jacksonville also 1 of 3 from the line. Oh boy, Rivers barely clipped the rim with that free throw.
9 minutes left in the game.
I did mention that both of these teams don't like to shoot free throws.
Not really the best.
And Donovan Rivers, just 60% on the year. Missed that first one badly. He'll recover, and with his left hand flick up the second one, that is good. 20 to 13, the Wildcats still have the lead. 9.5 to go first half. Morris calling for a screen. Nobody's giving it to him. Still alone up top. Gets it back from Willoughby. Morris guarded by Jones. Still waiting for things to develop. Handoff back to Morris from Quentin. 10 on the shot clock. Jacoby double-teamed on the baseline. He puts up a right-hand floater. No good. Offensive rebound, Quentin. He puts it back up short, and the rebound is stripped away. Right back to Jacoby Hetty. Here's Bland going up strong with 2 hands for the finish.
When I tell you, I mean, like you said before, he's not the biggest, but the power that he gets up with in that paint, back up, move out the way, it's Bland.
Good job on the offensive glass there for the Wildcats. 2 offensive rebounds laid wide open for Lockett. He got blocked, but an offensive footback for Third Kill means Jacksonville is back on the board. 22-15 Wildcats up. Yeah, you got 2 players up there, both Q and Ariel went for the block, and nobody focused on the rebound.
Yeah, they thought it was able to be, bounced off of the backboard.
Here's Arterio Morris up on top off the handoff from Willoughby. Escape screen, 3 on the way for Jacoby. 2 short clips the front of the rim. Hayden Wood wants to run in transition all the way to Third Kill on the baseline. Long pass, layup, no good. Battle for the rebound, won by Quentin Hetty. Here comes Seneca. to Morris. Gets his defender in the air. Throws it baseline for Bland. He's guarded by Third Kill. Trying to get to the cutting Willoughby. Ball on the ground. Willoughby from his backside plays it back to Morris. Top of the key three. Off to the right. Bland tried to get the rebound, but it went off his chest and out of bounds. And we'll have the under 8 media timeouts. Crazy sequence right there on both teams.
Yes, we need to slow down.
But I think this up-tempo pace kind of favors the Wildcats, right?
Absolutely.
You saw when Jacksonville tried to stretch the floor, they were kind of uncomfortable. His Third Kill missed an easy layup because he wasn't expecting the ball that early. He was just trying to get into his offensive position.
The Wildcats were able to move Jacksonville into their territory within their, when it comes to their energy and what's not.
Basketball is back in Daytona Beach today and tomorrow, November 24th and 25th for the Geico Sunshine Slam. Come catch the Wildcats for a pair of games just across the bridge at the Ocean Center. Get your tickets to the Sunshine Slam today at bcuathletics.com/tickets. And because the other game on this side of the bracket was before us, we know the outcomes. If Bethune-Cookman wins this game, we'll play tomorrow at 2 o'clock, right back here at the same time against the Pacific Tigers, who beat Stony Brook by 40 points.
Wow.
86-47. Ridiculous performance by Pacific. And if we lose today, we'll get Stony Brook at 11:30 a.m., so an early tip. But get your tickets. There's a decent Wildcat crowd across the way behind the BCU bench.
I see my BCU people.
It is, of course, it's Thanksgiving break, right? A lot of students are out of town. But if you're still in town listening to this, get your tickets. Come on out, support the Cats tomorrow. It's a good little Thanksgiving Day treat.
And I do think that they're still recovering from that big win from this weekend as well, too.
Oh, I'm sure the party lasted long into the night.
Yes, it did.
Listen, I'm still recovering from that.
I know. I saw you jumping for joy, Mike. Well, you and Mr. Darrow as well, too.
I don't think anybody was more excited than Johnny Vickers. Have you seen the pictures of Vic on the sideline?
I think that was at least 5 feet of air under him. I've never seen anything like it.
If you want some women's hoops, we got you covered. Coming up in December, the Lady Wildcats are in Orlando with the 2025 HBCU Hoops Invitational. Rep the maroon and gold at the ESPN Wild World of Sports Complex as they take on the best HBCU competition in the nation. The action begins Friday, December 5th as BCU takes on Edward Waters. And then December 6th and 7th, they continue against Cheney State and Hampton. Well, of course, those games will be on the CatEye Radio Network, Sabrina, and I will be covering those for you. Ricky Mitchell Jr. checks in for the first time for Bethune-Cookman, along with Arias coming back in for the Dolphins. He's got the ball now, left-hand wing, cycles around the right hand to Jones. Jones, low block for Arias. He's guarded by Ruzon, back to Jones. They'll reset for Strick. Strick double teamed, finds Jones the open man, top of the key, floats it down low, mismatch down low, Rivers on Mitchell. Rivers backing Mitchell down, goes for the left-hand floater, good.
You made sure to finish that one because I know you meant his last hit.
That's the second time in the game that Jacksonville has gotten their center on a guard down low.
I mean, that's what they have to hide. They need to be able to use that in advantage because it wasn't falling with the threes, so they have no choice but to use that.
Willoughby, throw back to the top, cycles around to Ricky Mitchell to the baseline for Ruzon, all the way back up to Jacoby. Jacoby guarded by Strick, throws it to the free throw line. Quentin Hetty drops it off for Ruzon. He got held by Third Kill, and that'll be a foul on Jacksonville. That'll be the 8th foul on Jacksonville, so the Wildcats will shoot a 1-on-1.
Jacksonville foul charge to 31 Jason, Third Kill Jr.
Well, we send Ruzon to the line on that one, which is probably the best person that Jacksonville would want at the line, shooting just 46% from the charity stripe on the season.
Talk about Ricky's debut. I'm really excited to see him because I think he's also really vital on that three-point line as well.
Ricky Mitchell Jr. from Aurora, Colorado. The first of the 1-on-1 rolls down for Ruzon. Ricky Mitchell comes to us from the City College of San Francisco, won the California Community College Athletic Association State Championship, averaging 13.5 points per game. Both made by Ruzon, 24-17. Cats on top, 6:50 to go. First half, Dolphins with possession with Evan Strick. Strick picks up his dribble at the free throw line, dumps it down low. That's another mismatch and another bucket for Donovan Rivers.
Donovan Rivers is going to continue to stay in this game as long as they keep feeding him. And they have no choice but to do that because that's how they're getting their points.
Yeah, Donovan Rivers 7 points in 7 minutes off the bench for Jacksonville.
Which is going to force us to be at that three-point line or even some mid-rangers in hopes that he doesn't pull up and block us there, which would be great as well, too, because we can just drop it off to whoever's open.
Here come the Wildcats. Willoughby picks up his dribble, hands to Jacoby, right-hand wing. Jacoby against Arias, back to Ricky Mitchell Jr., thought about the three, hands it back to Jacoby, baseline drive into a double team, he'll back up and send it back to Seneca, long three, back iron no good for Willoughby, and Jacksonville controls the uncontested rebound. Here comes Strick across the time stripe, 6:10 to go here in the first half. Wildcats up 24-19, they have led by as many as 8. Strick down low, Rivers again, gets Ruzon to go over the top of him and scores. We have no answer for Donovan Rivers. He's got 6 straight points.
They're going to continue to feed him. We have to figure out how are we going to shut him down.
And Reggie Theus has called timeout to talk about exactly that.
Exactly, because right now what is showing that the Jacksonville is going to claw their way up. 3 points behind, 24-21, 5 minutes left in the game. We need some answers, and we need them now.
Wildcats have led by as many as 9, 22-13. Dolphins have never led in the game, but they're currently on a 7-2 run. The Wildcats have not made a basket from the floor in over 3 minutes as they lead Jacksonville 24-21. Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at Nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. So what do you do to try and solve that problem down low with Donovan Rivers?
Foul trouble.
You want to try to attack him on the defense?
Yes, I think if we put him into foul trouble, at least 2 or 3, he'd calm down a little bit more because he wouldn't want to get that. That's their best player right now. That is their best player. He's the only one that's making the shots. He's efficient. He has the tall body for it. Now he's getting some rest because he knows that he's going to be able to play in the second half. Get him into foul trouble.
But I think our defensive rotations have been poor.
Yeah.
Because 2 of those 3 layups he's been against guards, Mitchell and Willoughby.
Yeah.
Where that's pretty much an uncontested shot.
Yeah, every time.
Wildcats up 3, just under 6 to go. And possession. Right-hand corner, Ricky Mitchell Jr. Escape dribbles out of it. Ruzon at the free throw line, pulls up and connects.
What a nice transition. I don't know that low. It was great.
Yeah. Ruzon likes that mid-range jumper.
Always with a smile on his face as well, too.
26-21 Cats. Strick guarded by Quinton. Arias now on Ruzon. And it cycles back around to Borio. His long three misses everything, an air ball. And falling down, no contact, goes Jacoby Hetty. He gets up and limps into the front court.
Wow, he has the ball in his hand.
Well, no, he handed it off to Seneca, but he just went down.
Yeah.
He's going to try and gut it out for the next stoppage of play. Seneca Willoughby rifles
Nice
it back
pass.
to Ruzon on the baseline. He pulls up again, misses it short. Nobody there for the rebound. Here come the Dolphins. Jones ahead to Strick. Strick down low. Here is third kill on the low block against Ruzon. Back up to Strick. Borio straight on, look for the three. He won't take it. Drives around the left-hand side, guarded by Mitchell. Borio picks up a dribble, throws it off of Mitchell's leg, and a turnover.
Wow. Obvious difference between Donovan Rivers and Allen Uzamandu as well.
Mitchell, cross-court pass left-hand corner. Quinton drives, pushes back into Arias, spins, pull-up jumper, off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound is grabbed by Arias, the 6'6" guard out of Jacksonville, playing for his hometown team. Wildcats again cold from the floor, just 1 field goal in the last 5 minutes. Strick drives to the free throw line, picks it up, kick out, Arias, right wing three, too strong. Ruzon boxes out for the board.
I think that's one thing where Jacksonville has the advantage.
Wildcats in transition, here comes Quinton Hetty, all the way, left-hand layup, no good! Arias did just enough to contest it, and now Quinton is slow to get up. It's a 5-on-4 the other way for Jacksonville if they hurry, but a great intercept on the pass. It goes out of bounds for Ricky Mitchell, but a good job to slow that down.
I think what Quinton was trying to do when he was going up was draw the foul at the same time simultaneously, which is why I thought he did think it was going to go through. They were going able to go through it. But this is one of the things where Jacksonville has, it's in their favor. They have a lot of legs that they can transition into, keeping them fresh. And, with that being said, so their best players are able to get a break, transition to keep going on.
Wildcats up by 5, but are only one of their last 7 from the floor. We'll have the rest of the first half for you when we come back. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman basketball on the Wildcats CatEye Radio Network. Follow the Wildcats like never before and listen to every CatEye Network broadcast live for free. Just head to bcuathletics.com/radio on your computer or mobile device to hear the hometown radio call of every Wildcat home game and select road games for free. Don't miss a second of the action. That's bcuathletics.com/radio. Well, the Wildcats are up by 5 at the under 4 media timeout here at the Ocean Center. First game of the Sunshine Slam against the Jacksonville Dolphins. Low scoring contest, 26-21. Both teams not shooting that well from the floor. Wildcats 41%, Jacksonville 45%, but it's been a big scoring drop for both teams. Wildcats just one of their last 7 from the floor, and Jacksonville hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. But it's Jacksonville with possession, baseline, sideline in. They trigger the inbounds. Here's Evan Strick with possession. Gets a screen, goes right. Handoff Jones. Fakes the 3. Tries to shovel to the left-hand corner, and Mitchell breaks it up. It goes all the way back to Strick. He saves it to Jones. Jones drives, right-hand layup good on the broken play.
I have to give that to them. I'll give that to them as well, too. That was really good play for Ricky as well, but also a really good play from Evan as well.
Jacksonville pulls it back to 3, 26-23. Arterio Morris, who's been quiet in this first half, shovels it right-hand corner, and then Ruzon up on top after the pass from Willoughby. Ruzon floats it down low. Quentin Hetty goes up. Teardrop shot is good over Arias.
Switch of positions. Haven't seen Daniel Ruzan at the top of the key in a minute.
Yeah, and he pulled the center out with him and left that forward on guard mismatch down low for the Wildcats. They're up 28-23 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Chris Arias for Jacksonville. Hands to Jones. Strick now back to the half-court stripe. Now Arias drives. Ruzon switches on to him. Down low, a mismatch for Udamadu. Left-hand layup is good as he got Seneca Willoughby to crash to the ground. The Dolphins have found something on that low block in the paint. They have 20 of their 25 points in the paint.
That's their answer. That was their
Arterio
answer.
Morris all the way in. Layup. Oh, wow, Arterio. Through 3 defenders.
My goodness. You talk about shifty, and Arterio Morris is also one of them as well, too.
30-25, 2:22 to go. Arias trapped him against the midcourt stripe, hands to Strick. And now Jones.
Running the same play again.
Jones got around Ruzon all the way in, kicked it back out for the catch-and-shoot 3 from Wood, rattled down, and it's a 2-point game, 30-28.
This is the second time that Jacksonville ran that 3-man braid at the top that leaves number 14, Odumandu, open at the end, and he goes in for the layup every time. They might just run it again, and we're going to see it's a 3-man
Morris
lead.
tries to dribble past Arias. Good defense from Jacksonville's number 1. Right-hand corner for Willoughby. He gets around a double team, drives all the way in, picks up his dribble inside the free throw line, back out to Arterio, 5 on the shot clock. Morris pulls up for 3, misses everything, and Jones grabs the miss. Jacksonville a chance to tie or take their first lead of the game. Strick to Wood, fakes the 3, goes in all the way, layup good, tie game at 30.
VCU looking for an answer. Jacksonville's team up, hype.
Jacksonville shooting 54% from the floor now in this first half. Ricky Mitchell Jr., free throw line jumper contested well by Wood. Out of bounds, and it'll be Jacksonville ball. It's all Dolphins right now. And the Wildcats are in the bonus, and for my liking, are not doing enough driving and trying to get to the free throw line.
But I think, I hate to say it, but I think the Dolphins has been able to get into their head just a little bit, you know. Coming on, they had this really high pace in front of the first half as well. And with a minute left going into the second half tie, it could be a little, mentally,
Jacksonville with the ball. Here's Strick against Morris. Gets a screen from Rivers, who's back in the game.
That 3-man braid, there it goes. Right
and
down
Rivers
to the post.
is down low against Morris, and he puts the layup up. This time too strong.
Yep.
Daniel Ruzon, good switch at the last second to contest that shot. Under a minute to go first half. Tie game at 30 here at the Ocean Center. Morris looks for the pick and roll with Ruzon. Back out to Jacoby Hetty. In the corner, Johnson. Catch and shoot 3. Too strong.
Yeah.
And Jones grabs the rebound for Jacksonville.
Ricky being double teamed in the post area just in case, trying to get the rebound as well, too.
Wildcats cold from the floor. No points the last 2 minutes of this first half. And Jacksonville with just a 1 second different shot clock to game clock will hold for the final shot of this first half. A chance to take their first lead of the game, currently on a 5-0 run.
3-man braid. There it goes.
There it is. 1-2. Strick back to Arias. Deep 3. Too strong. Tip in. No good. Mitchell half court heave at the
Oh,
End of the half.
looked good.
Comes up short, and it is 30-30 at halftime. The Wildcats led for 18:33
Yep.
of that first half, but just a minute 55 coming back to tie the game at 30 for Jacksonville. Got to clean up the offensive end because you started really hot, hit a couple three threes early on. You got them in foul trouble. They had 7 fouls in that first half. You were in the single bonus, but then you went away from trying to get into the paint, drive and draw those fouls. And I think it's because Jacksonville is aggressively double teaming off every pick and roll or every screen action.
You know, and that's also what I said earlier before. They're starting to play Jacksonville's game. We need to play our game. That's how we were in the lead in the beginning of the first half. We played our game. We played with our own pace, and we were able to run the plays. And we need to go back into that locker room and figure out what's going to be able to work for us. How are we going to be able to shift the momentum coming back into the second half to make sure we ensure and get that lead?
Wildcats 30, Jacksonville Dolphins 30. We'll take a break for the halftime interval, and when we come back, we'll have your statistical breakdown of the first half, a look around the SWAC, and more conversation about this basketball game from the Geico Sunshine Slam at the Ocean Center. Bethune-Cookman 30, Jacksonville 30. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University men's basketball on the CatEye Radio Network. Time here at the Geico Sunshine Slam between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the Jacksonville Dolphins. Michael Trillo, Sabrina Petit-Home bringing you all on the CatEye Radio Network. It's a tie game, 30-30.
Yep.
Jacksonville closed well by exposing some interior size mismatch for the Wildcats down low. Here are your first half scoring totals. First for Jacksonville, Jones had 6, Woods had 6, Third Kill had 4, Rivers had 9 on 3 of 3 shooting in the paint. Udamadu had 2 and Borio had 3. And for Bethune-Cookman, Jacoby Hetty had 7, Quentin Hetty had 2, Ontario Willoughby had 4, and Ariel Bland had 4. So balanced scoring for the Wildcats, but the story really for both teams is their lead guards didn't show up. Arias had 0 points, and Arterio Morris only had 2 points in that first half.
Honestly, I think that Jacksonville was able to figure out using their height as an advantage to be able to get the post. And it's really, honestly, if they can keep that momentum going on.
Once again, Jacksonville 30, Bethune-Cookman 30 here at halftime of the Geico Sunshine Slam. If the Wildcats win today, they'll play again at 2 o'clock. If they lose, they will play tomorrow at 11 a.m. against the Stony Brook Seawolves here at the Sunshine Slam. Quick trip around the SWAC. Quick men's basketball scores from this past weekend. Indy 101-80. Jackson State lost to Arkansas 115-61. Grambling State lost to California Baptist 72-59. Southern lost to San Jose State 66-80. Mississippi Valley lost to Bakersfield 70-86. Prairie View A&M lost to UT Martin 68-69. Just a 1-point loss for Prairie View A&M. Lost to Edwardsville 68-83. Alcorn State lost to Oklahoma 72-53. Prairie View A&M 82, and Jackson lost to Winthrop 80-62. One other game going on today in the taking on UC Riverside to close out a 4-game road trip on the West Coast for Grambling State. That game is later tonight. Back to action for the second half here, Sabrina. What do the Wildcats have to do? Arterio Morris more involved to come away with the win here today.
Switch that energy. Jacksonville has every last bit of it. They need to be able to get it back and make it theirs. You know, it's really important that, you know, they stay composed throughout of it and it doesn't get into their head that, okay, it's tied. That, you know, in the midst of them being tied, take the time to run the plays. Attack the able to put those in motions, because once we do, then we'll be able to find answers. Right now, they found their answer.
Played in this building since 2024, where they lost in the first round of the CBI to Arkansas State. Jacoby Hetty, who was on the team at the time before his 1-year stint in Michigan, had 19 points in that game, and he has 7 points. White, gold numbers, gold trim, maroon striping. Pants and around the numbers. Jacksonville in the all green, white trim, gold striping, white numbers, and a white Jacksonville above the numbers in block. A gold Bethune above for the Wildcats. Wildcats will get the ball first. They won the toss in the first half, and then there was one jump ball. 41% in that first half. Jacksonville shot 50%. Wildcats only went to the line for 5 free throws as well in that first half, as Arterio Morris begins half number 2. Down low by Rivers, out of bounds.
When I tell you, they found their answer, is going to put their big bodies and force them to shoot threes. You know, we need to be able to figure out positive in the sense for us to not get it.
Quentin Hetty almost lost the ball in the inbounds pass, but Arterio controls out high. Pick and roll for Ruzon. He puts up a layup. No good. Off the back iron. Test.
Whatever they do, they cannot leave that post open because they're going to go in for the kill every time.
Jones Rolls it to third kill and an extra pass to Arias, who works it back to Jones, top of the key. No look pass, left-hand wing to Strick. Three for Strick. Off the iron, no good. A rebound by Johnson, tapped to Quentin Hetty. And then Jordan Johnson gets it back. Johnson floats it up. Ruse shot is good. And the Wildcats strike first in the second half, 32-30.
Find that momentum and be able to carry it correctly.
Nice stretch pass in transition by Strick, the St. Louis native. Strick leads the team in assists for Jacksonville this season. Rivers, oh, the pick and roll is kill to tie the game.
What did I just say? You leave that open, they're going to go in for the kill every single time. And that zone may work, but we're not. They're going to pull us up from that post. And as soon as they pull up for that post, it's going to be open every time.
Morris had a ruse on, and it's a turnover for Bethune-Cookman. Wildcats only turned the ball over 3 times in that first half, but Jacksonville only turned the ball over 4 times, so very controlled first half. Both sides. Rivers controls out high, gutted by Ruse.
Not going to make
on the handoff to Jones, back to third kill. All around the outside of the arc. Strick gets it back on the logo. Dances in front of Morris, drives right all the way in.
To run that 3-man braid on whatever side. I've seen it of the key. I've seen them do their 3-man on the post. Every single time they're going to have all the forwards run a 3-man, open up for the center, and they're open every single time.
Tie game at 32. Jacksonville with a baseline in. Strick looking for an opening. Throws it up, and it's a layup. No good off the... All the way, one hand. Damn.
Oh, Mike, what was that? Oh, man.
Jordan Johnson with authority to give the Cats the lead back. Strick dances, picks up his dribble, back to Rivers, and he flips it back to Jones. Jones switched on to by Jordan Johnson. Back to the top for Arias for Jacksonville. Score at 13.2 points a game. Jones between the leg dribble. Step back 3, got fouled. Shooting space foul on Jordan Johnson. Give Jacksonville their first lead of the game.
I'm really hoping that they're able to just look and see how they are able to pull that poster up to expose it every time.
Jalen Jones out of Nashville last season. And before that at Tennessee. Jones had a season-high 17 against VMI in the last win for Jacksonville last week up in Virginia. Missed the first free throw. Fun fact, Jacksonville has never had a player named Jalen until this year in men's basketball. Missed his 2 out of 3 to Jalen Jones. And they have 2 this year, Jalen Jones and Jalen. Ontario Morris dribbles into a double team, gives it up to Quentin, then gets it back. Heels on the logo of the Geico Sunshine Slam at midcourt here at the Ocean. Morris again drawing a double team. Throws it down low. Ruzon wide open. 2-hand. Jam.
They started that dunking contest.
6:33, 16:50 to go second half in a close game. Strick around the screen. Looks for the pick and roll. Throws it down there, and nobody is covering Rivers, and he jams it down.
Mike, I'm about to take my notebook out. Not too far on the top of the key, but you're not too far in the post, because as soon as you move, they're going to attack every single time.
Wild pass comes to Johnson, left wing 3. Back iron, no. Transition 3 for Arias. Too strong. Rebound. Now it's a track meet. Here comes Hetty into the front court. He drives. Tipped by Jones. Jones gets it back from Strick all the way. Layup good. Layup no good, but the foul is called on a bump by Ontario.
I don't think I agree with that call.
Oh, I do. He definitely hip checked. Not
looking good right
now. Not great right now. Not a good look, as once was not led in the ball game. Will send Jalen Jones back to the free throw line with a chance to take the lead. His first shot, Jones started one of the 32 games he played at Oakland last year, made the first one to tie it up.
One thing I could say about the coach over at Jacksonville, Coach Mincy, he is definitely being strategic. His best players with fresh legs, you know.
It's the second one. Rebound off of Ruzon with 16 minutes to go. My goodness. Giannis on the Jacksonville sideline.
So you know what that means.
They throw it to the big man up top. Back to Maru. Missed layup but a foul. Called on Ruzon on another pick and roll. Wildcats are having a lot of trouble defending that pick and roll, and they'll send Udamaru to the foul line.
Udumadu is Nigerian as well too. So, great name.
6:36 against Jacksonville, and Jacksonville take the lead when we come back. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University basketball on the CatEye Radio Network. Nike is the official outfitter of Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at Nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. And make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University to the fullest, featuring all new items. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online. Go to BCUathletics.com and click on shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's BCUathletics.com. And click on a 36-36 ball game for the big man out of Lagos, Nigeria, Alad Udamadu. He's been all over the place, Udamadu. Des Moines Community College, then Jacksonville as a senior.
Are we talking about Florida Southwestern as in Fort Myers?
One to give Jacksonville their first lead of the game, makes it both to make it a 38-36 game. Now let's see the Wildcats play from behind. Arterio Morris controls. Goes left around the ghost screen. Finds Jordan Johnson, guarded by Lockett. Johnson down low to Ruzon. Connects.
Now they respond by being in the zone as well too.
Ruzon, top scorer in the game with Eddie and Johnson both have 7. Lockett back to Wood. In the corner for Jones for Jacksonville. Back to Wood on top, and then open for a 3 at the top of the key. Doesn't take it. Now to Wood for a drive. Spins against Hetty. Layup no good. Tip in is there by Third Kill.
Layup, but we don't make it a 3. Somebody needs to be right behind us to be able to recover for that.
2-point Jacksonville lead. Morris snaking his way to Jacoby Hetty. Jacoby back to Ruzon. At the free throw line, back to Johnson. Johnson, head of steam, into the paint, draws contact. Layup no good, but he'll go to the free throw line.
These need to make him out. This is the part of free throws that are being made when it comes to the fouls that are also being called on us. Every miles, those fundamentals comes into play at every time.
Wildcats down by 2. Johnson at the line. This is only the 3rd trip to the line today for the Wildcats. There were 3 charity stripe in the first half. First one good by Johnson.
That means we're not driving enough, Mike.
This is only the 2nd trip to the free throw line of the season for
Wow.
Jordan Johnson. I mean, he's a spot-up shooter usually. He's not a driver.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect him to
really
get. And Ariel Bland's going to check in for the Cats to play the center. And misses the second one, got his own.
Cover for that last one, that was also.
Nice heads-up play by Johnson to get his own miss again, right back to him. So now the Wildcats will have basically a bonus point and extra possession here with 20 on the shot clock baseline in.
Playing a sideways zone from Jacksonville right now.
Jacoby Hetty triggering the inbound. Morris, crossover move, gets into the paint, triple team, draws the foul, will go to the free throw line.
Now they're getting into it. They're starting to drive a little bit more, draw them fouls, because they're going to go to the line every time. Keep that momentum up.
Morris 1 for 4 from the floor, 0 for trip to the free throw line upcoming. As the Wildcats look to tie this up or take the lead down. Bad miss on the first one off the front of the rim.
These are important. These shots are important right here.
Morris just 52% from the free throw line on the season. Again, this Wildcats team struggles from the charity stripe, 61%. As second one hangs on the rim and is no good. 14:35 to go. Here comes Jacksonville. Harper looking to duck it down low. He does to Udamadu. Working on Bland. Draws the blocking foul on Ariel Bland. That'll be his first. Baseline. Jacksonville fresh 20 on the shot clock. Lockett triggering up on top to Udamadu.
Gonna send it to MJ. No.
Hands it to Lockett on zoom action. More wing. Harper, one dribble, pull-up jumper, missed it off the bottom of the glass. Wood, the putback, no good but a foul. My goodness. Wildcats can't get anything. Can't get a hand on the basketball right now. 15 foul on the Wildcats already. So Jacksonville approaching the bonus with 14 minutes to go in the game. Hayden Wood now at the line. 4 of 6 from the charity stripe this season. The freshman from Springdale, Arkansas. Made the 6A state semifinals as a junior and senior at Harbor, averaged 25 points a game. And was 6A All-State and All-Conference defensive team. He's been the highest scoring freshman of the 8 freshmen on this Jacksonville team. And Wood cans both, and it's the largest lead of the game for the Dolphins, 42-39. Goal attempt on their last 3 possessions.
Still looking for an answer.
Johnson plays up top to Bland. Handoff Jacoby Hetty. Now Quentin Hetty drives to a double team, almost lost it, got it back, and on the baseline for the ball, loose ball on the ground, traveling violation called against Arterio Morris as he slipped to the ground.
Not working for us today. We still have 13 minutes to figure it out. I know for a fact, though, it's going to come down to the wire. Arterio playing monster.
Arterio locks up Lockett Jr. into the front court. Lockett has to reset to Wood, then get it back. Lockett almost got stripped by out of the lane. Picks up his dribble, bounced it to Udamaru, goes around, and offensive foul as he elbowed Quentin Hetty.
Madu is looking for, he has these type of skills that any post player would have to be able to move his ball, move his body, but you got to be very.
He reminds me of a more aggressive Onanina.
Yes.
A little bit.
And I was just saying that earlier in the game, if you would have.
Reach-in foul called on a drive by Morris. It'll called against Michael Harper Jr. Jacksonville has 9 players over 6'5" on their roster.
Wonder how they're.
And they recruit local. 6 players of the 14 are from at least 2 hours away from Jacksonville. Clock down low. Quentin Hetty on the baseline. 1 dribble now 2. Takes it to the free throw line. Picks it up. Tries to throw it underneath. Lost the handle. Off a lead pass. Layup. That'll be a goaltend. Morris got back to swat it, but it count the Bland-Ruzon double forward combo. Wildcats looking for answers. 2 minutes, a scoring drought for Bethune-Cookman, and it's allowed 39.
That 3-2 also has been working for them because they put all
Bland, down low to Ruzon. He was being grabbed, and
Yes,
that'll be a
he
foul.
Jacksonville as well, too. They had all their players, all their forwards, like you said, are very, very tall, and they have their 2 bigs in the back. So if they get through those 3, they have 2 towers.
Matchup.
I was hoping for the foul on Rivers more than Udumadu, but
Rivers,
that works too.
Rivers had 11 first half points. He's
Yeah.
5 of 8 from the floor. Wildcats have a baseline in.
Oh, missed the open.
Morris, catch and shoot 3, off the window, too strong. Diving for the ball and getting it is Bland, and he got fouled in the process.
Let's take into favor for us. 39-44, those free throw lines. I know you said we haven't been the best this season, but this is where it counts.
And now it's a bonus. That's the 7th foul on Jacksonville, and it'll be Ariel Bland to go to the line. This is
Definitely been trying to be careful.
Here's the 1. It is up. It is good.
Like
And the
said,
Wildcats break a scoring drought of
these are the skills that we need, those free throws.
second one on the way from Bland, and good.
It's good.
4-point game. Oh, sorry, 3-point game. 44-31. Jacksonville with the lead and the ball. Strick checks back in to run the point for the off a ghost screen. Strick. Elevator screen for Harper. And wing Arias, catch and shoot 3. Too strong, rebound to Morris. Morris puts it ahead to Ariel Bland. Gets it back. With a head of steam, he'll stop at the 3-point line and then try to drive through a double team. Morris picks up a dribble on the baseline, goes down low to Ruzon in traffic. It comes to Jacoby Hetty, who got the layup off the back.
Came around. You know, I like how if nothing works, they're just going to play basketball and fight their way and claw their way back up.
Hands to Harper. Harper against Bland, goes all the way in, picks
Straight
up his
up.
dribble, throws it up, no good. Offensive rebound for Rivers. Foul on the putback attempt by Harper, and he'll go to the line as the Wildcats get anything on the glass. Second chance points, 8-6 in favor of Jacksonville, and rebounds in favor of Jacksonville. Offensive rebounds also in favor of JU as we go to the under 12 media timeout. Jacksonville University basketball on the CatEye Radio Network. Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on X and Instagram at BCU_Athletics. For the latest on BCU men's basketball, follow at BCU Hoops on X and Instagram. Jacksonville 44, Bethune-Cookman 43, 11 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the contest. Jacksonville's Michael M.J. Harper Jr. is at the line from Jasper, Florida, just north of Jacksonville.
MJ Harper Jr. at the line.
He played his post-grad basketball, as he misses the first one, at Process Academy in Tallahassee. Had one stretch, M.J. Harper, where he scored 40 points in 4 straight games, including a 45, 19, and 5
My gosh.
game. But he misses both free throws there. Ricky Mitchell, fresh back into the ballgame for the Wildcats, pulls down the miss. And Arterio Morris controls for the Wildcats. Yep, slowing it down this time. Mitchell sets the screen. Morris goes left all the way. Layup good. Great screen by Ricky Mitchell there. Took out 2 defenders. Wildcats back on top by 1, 45-44. Strick has it for JU, now Wood, and now third kill top of the key. Back to MJ. And Rivers. Watch the pick and roll, there it is.
3-man braid, 2 are open.
Third kill, 3 in the corner, no good. Put back tip up, no good by MJ. Rebound Wildcats. Here comes Morris. Stops at the free throw line, keeps his dribble, goes up, left hand, got it!
What a hooper.
Oh, what a move
hooper,
by
man.
Arterio. Up and under the 6'9" Donovan Rivers. Timeout JU, called by head coach Jordan Mincy as the Wildcats have a 6-0 run and go up 47-44.
Mike, I said this is the entire game. Slow it down. As long as they slow it down, they're able to compose themselves. They're able to run plays, see the floor a little bit more clearly, because once everything is fast-paced, bodies are all over, it's kind of hard unless you're like that team for real. Not saying that we're not, but you know, we're able to see. It's hard to make plays when we're all over the place. Slow down, you know, then we'll be able to take the momentum back up when that energy starts flowing.
Timeout called by Jordan Mincy of Jacksonville, the former Kent State player, and he's been an assistant coach at South Carolina, his alma mater at Kent State, Charleston, Toledo, Louisiana Tech, and UF 2015 to 2021 at the University of Florida. He got his first head coaching gig at Jacksonville 5 years ago, and he was the Joe B. Hall Award winner in his first season at JU, which is given to the best first-time head coach in college basketball. He's had the Dolphins as one of the best teams in the Atlantic Sun. They've reached the A-Sun semifinals 3 times in the past 5 years. The Dolphins picked to finish 6th in the preseason poll in the A-Sun. A-Sun is a good little basketball league. I mean, you got Austin P, Lipscomb, North Alabama, Stetson, Florida Gulf Coast, Jacksonville, North Florida, Queens University in Charlotte. That's a good little basketball conference.
I know we have one of our players that's over in Charlotte. On the women's basketball.
Nicholson,
yes, on the women's basketball.
And she's been hooping.
Yeah, absolutely. We miss you, girl. Absolutely.
Come be a part of BCU Athletics and support the CatEye Network. If you or your business is interested in partnering with us here on the CatEye Network, you can reach out to the Wildcat Athletic Communications Department at BCU Sports Info at Cookman.edu. That's BCU Sports Info at Cookman.edu. And your business could be on air with the Wildcats. Well, what did I say at halftime, Sabrina? I want Arterio Morris to take over, and he's got 4 of the last 6 points for Bethune-Cookman on those devastating left-hand drives.
Slowly but surely being able to claw their way back up. And it's not a far, you know, they're not too far away. They're in the lead right now. But I think they're just trying to extend themselves a little bit more so they can be a little bit more comfortable.
3-point lead for the Cats, 47-44. Jacksonville with possession going right to left in the all-green, trimmed in white. Strick drives to the right. Can't get him inside the free throw line. Hands back to Rivers, and now Jones. Jones around the double screen to the free throw line. Switches to his left hand, ducks it down to Jones against Bland. Back out to Jones. He takes a 3. No good. Airballed it. Wildcats grab the rebound. Arterio Morris races into the front court. He goes through a double team. Hands off to Ruzon. Layup no good, but a foul.
Gets the foul. That should have been goaltending.
No, he didn't touch the ball.
Oh, okay, okay.
He
It
just-
looked like it from over here. But I could say, like I said, Jacksonville loves that three-man braid
Yeah.
over there, that crisscross or three-man braid every single time. If it's not at the top, it's at the bottom, and it's going to
Well,
leave that open.
As Ruzon goes to the line, that time we defended it better.
Yes,
right?
yes,
And
we
the,
did.
The center sagged down into the restricted area
Yes.
to take away the pick and roll. First free throw, no good for Ruzon.
Yeah.
But they gave up the three in the corner, and as opposed to an easy two down low.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that is going to work in our favor as long as we're able to read what they're doing offensively. So defensively, we're able to match that. If not, be able to shut it down.
Second free throw from Ruzon. This to make it a 4-point game as the highest scorer for Jacksonville. Chris Arias tries to come back in, but he misses both. Ball on the floor, though. Bland picks it up.
No.
He loses possession, and Jacksonville gets it back.
I
5 on 4 for JU. Wood all the way to the hoop, lays it up and in as our Jacoby Hetty didn't get back after he fell down.
Something I noticed with Ariel.
Down low it goes. Jacoby Hetty throws it up, looking for the foul, and he got it.
Got it. Something that I've noticed with Ariel Bland is that every single time he gets to the post, I think he second-guesses himself and passes it off to somebody else. When in fact that he needs to, I don't know, take a little bit from Daniel Ruzon. When he's down there, he goes straight up, straight up. As I think once he gets into that momentum and able to, be a little bit more confident in himself, it's going to start shifting.
Jason, third kill, picks up his fourth foul right there. So now Jacoby Hetty will go to the free throw line. This is his first trip to the charity stripe today. Wildcats 6 of 13 at the line, 46.2%. First one is no good. Oh my goodness.
We have to take our time at the line. I just know when they go into practice, the free throws should be the last thing that they end with. And I know they do, but just a little bit longer.
Hetty coming into the game, coming into this attempt was 10 of 13 from the charity stripe on the year. But he just bricked that one way too strong. 47-46, now 48-46 as he gets the second one. 2-point Wildcat lead. Jacksonville with the ball. Both teams in the bonus. Wildcats in the double bonus. Jacksonville in the single with 9:50 to go in the contest.
Yep.
Strick to Jones' left-hand wing. He got the ball stripped from behind by Mitchell.
Ricky got some sticky fingers. Ricky Sticky.
Jacoby Hetty dances against Arias, drives, puts up a floater, got it! Rolled it in off the rim from the free throw line. Big bucket for Jacoby. He's up to 10 points.
Absolutely. Clawing his way back up as well, too. Usually we see him all over.
4-point lead for the Cats, 50-46. Strick, guarded by Morris, goes left around the Wood screen. Now Wood gets it back at the top of the key. Wood ducks it down low. Bland got a hand to it and denied the entry pass. It'll be an out-of-bounds ball to Jacksonville.
I did not mean to yell that, but yes, that's what we're looking for.
Well, I thought we were going to get a steal, so that was an appropriate reaction. But,
he has to watch his hands, though.
You got to deny that entry pass.
Absolutely.
If it gets down low, Rivers is just going to go right at you.
Overbear it every time, and he's not scared either.
12 on the shot clock. Here's Jones off the entry pass. On the left wing side, here's Strick. Fakes the three, dribbles to his right against Ricky Mitchell Jr. Now back to the left around Mitchell. Floater good from 15 feet. 50-42. Cats with the lead and the ball. 9 minutes to go. This one's going to come right down to the wire. Morris puts his shoulder into Strick. Way out on top. Off the elevator, here's Ricky Mitchell. Picks up his dribble, finds right-hand corner. Jacoby Hetty, a three on the way. Rattles out. Offensive putback is a foul. And Quentin Hetty will go to the free throw line.
Yes, this is exactly what we need. At the moment that the Wildcats were able to calm down, you're able to see that shift. Everybody looks so much more poised. Everybody looks a little bit more confident in themselves. Even if the shots are not falling, they have trust in their other teammates. They're going to be able to clean it up.
Wildcats now in the double bonus for the last 8:41 as Quentin Hetty misses the first free throw.
It's always the first one.
You're going to go to the line a lot in the last 8 minutes of this game because you're in the double bonus.
Yeah.
You got to make the free. That's going to be the difference in the game.
Like I said, this is what counts. See how Odumandu is coming back in the game, so he's going to be. He's already relentless.
And he's got he's got 3 fouls.
Yeah.
Odumandu. So
make him work for those fouls. Make him back off you. He's already at 3, and this is their best shot that they have.
Quentin Hetty already missed the first free throw. Second one short. First one long. Second one short. Wildcat lead remains just 2 with 8.5 to go. Strick, hand off Wood. To Arias around the top of the key. Here's the braid action again.
There it
Looking for
goes.
the pick and roll. Wildcats deny it. Now they throw it down low. Udamadu got it with the two-hand jam.
Mike, I'm calling it every time. But this time it was a little different. They ran a three-man braid at the top and the bottom at the same time simultaneously, but they knew that the ball was going to go to Udamadu every time.
Wildcats slow it down. Seneca Willoughby fresh into the game. Hands to Bland, top of the key. 8 minutes to go in the contest. Bland down low. Quentin Hetty elevates and scores.
You see what I mean? Everything is a lot more clear. You're able to make plays. You know, we know that we want to be relentless as well, but let's take it where we need to be.
Shoes untied for Willoughby. He gets it tied quickly and guards up on Strick on the right-hand wing.
No,
Strick
still
around the
inside.
screen, and he'll take the three, and he'll make the three. That's only the third three-pointer make of the game for Jacksonville, and the JU Dolphins jump back on top, 53-52. The Wildcats have only made 3 threes in the game.
Yep.
Not the kind of game the Wildcats really want to play today. They've been forced to go down low against this Dolphins team. Jacoby Hetty
Slow it down.
against Arias, 13 on the shot clock, backs up. Now gets a screen from Bland. He gets double teamed. Hetty dribbles out of it. Back to Seneca, 5 on the shot clock. Seneca all the way in, got reached in upon as he was going to the basket.
I think we ran our little bit of a braid as well, too, while we were up here, because I definitely saw the action, that in-and-out action, Jacoby to Seneca right down through the paint.
Evan Stirk picks up his second foul. We'll go to our second to last media timeout. Wildcats down 1, but at the line with Willoughby when we come back. This is Bethune-Cookman University men's basketball on the CatEye Radio Network. .7:10 to go in the ball game here at the Ocean Center. First round of the Sunshine Slam. Bethune-Cookman 52, Jacksonville 53. It's been a great contest so far. There is no BC without you. Show your support for Bethune-Cookman Athletics by joining the Wildcat Champions Club today. Help us build a championship culture at Bethune-Cookman. You can donate and join at bcuathletics.com/championsclub. That's bcuathletics.com/championsclub. And Jacksonville has done a really good job today, Sabrina, of taking the Wildcats out of their normal game plan on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and, you know, this is something that we also have to, like, really be prepared for, because we're going to see teams like this, you know, especially with the noise that we've been making. We're going to see some teams that are going to try and force us out of our element and force us to play their game. And we need to be able to recover well and get back to how we play our game and not worry about that.
Wildcats down 1, and Seneca Willoughby is going to trot to the free throw line for the second time today.
Let's hope the first one drops.
Wildcats 7 of 17 from the line today, 41%. First one good. Something I've noticed, and it's a weird quirk of statistics, but both teams have 28 total rebounds. Both teams have 20 defensive rebounds. Both teams have 8 offensive rebounds.
Would you say that they're playing equally?
Yes, yes, they are.
Yeah.
I don't think you could say that any other way. Second one, no good this time. 1 of 2 for Seneca, ties the game at 53 with 7 minutes to go. Here come the Dolphins. Evan Strick, the freshman from St. Louis, controls against Ricky Mitchell around the screen to his right. Down low it goes to Jones. He loops. He got a foul called against Jacoby Hetty. Jacoby thought he got that clean block on the layup. Officials didn't see it that way. And at the college game, you cannot yet challenge fouls. You can challenge in or out of bounds. You can challenge basket interference. You can challenge goaltending. But you cannot challenge whether or not a play was a foul. So
They knew what they was doing.
Jalen Jones back to the free throw line. First one misses it off the front of the rim. Jacksonville hasn't done much better at the free throw line. They're a 50%, 8 of 16.
I'm going to blame this on being an early game. You know, the reason why we're a little bit
I mean, it's
off.
3:30. It's not that early. It's not like we're playing at 10 a.m.
I was looking for a positive, Mike.
There ain't no positive.
Not
Second
at all.
one good. Jacksonville 54, Bethune-Cookman 53. 6:53 to go in the contest. Seneca Willoughby around a double screen out high. Gets double teamed. Gives it up to Mitchell. Mitchell dancing in front of Strick.
Ooh.
Goes by Strick. Escape dribble to his right. Long two, no good.
No
and he
rebound.
stumbles and can't pick up the rebound. It goes to Jacksonville. Udamadu hands to Strick.
I didn't know he was shifty like that.
Strick a chance to extend the JU lead. It currently stands at 1. Here's the screen from Udamadu. The switch from the Wildcats. Back to the bullet pass to the left-hand corner. 3 on the way is good for Hayden Wood. And it's a 4-point Jacksonville lead. One shy of their largest lead, which was 5 early in the second half.
Arterio and Dan about to come in, which is perfect. In the last 5 minutes, gave them the rest so they could really go put overtime in for this team.
Willoughby double teamed again off a screen. It cycles around to the left-hand baseline for Quentin Hetty. He throws the ball out of bounds. And it'll be Jacksonville ball. He was looking for the cross-court pass for
Yeah.
Ricky Mitchell, missed him completely.
Just off.
And it's another BCU turnover, their 9th of the contest. Jacksonville dominating points off turnovers in this game, 10-5, as Morris and Ruzon come back in. Seneca will stay in. Ricky Mitchell goes out. But a 4-point lead for JU and a chance to make it more here with Strick. Guarded by Morris. Here's the screen again. Strick goes right. Drives all the way in. Spins. Puts up a left-hand layup. Too strong. Gets his own miss. Kicks back out to Wood. Left-hand corner. Drives left baseline. And he has his pass. Stolen away by Jacoby Hetty. Here come the Cats. Ariel Bland. Off a shovel pass from Jacoby. Bland trapped on the baseline. Throws it back to Ruzon.
Oh, I wish he took it.
Extra pass. Back to the top for Jacoby. He drives, lost the ball, got fouled by Arias. Yeah, Ruzon should have gone straight to the rim. There was nobody in front of him, and he chose to pass.
I think there's something wrong with his leg, if I'm not mistaken.
that'll
Jacksonville
put-
fans not happy.
Yeah. That'll put Jacoby Hetty at the line. The Wildcats are going to win or lose this game at the line. And
Yeah.
from current form, they're going to lose this game at the line. 42%, 8 of 19. First one good for Jacoby. As Quentin Hetty and Jordan Johnson comes back in.
And Jordan Johnson returns for the Wildcats.
I think the Wildcats' best lineup is on the floor right now. The 2 Hettys, Jordan Johnson, Ariel Bland, maybe Ruzon instead of Bland, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's the best lineup the Wildcats have to try and claw back this 3-point deficit. Second one good. Now it's a 2-point deficit, 55-57, 5 minutes to go.
Oh, press. Now we're pressing.
Wildcats will go press.
Nice.
And they got a turnover. Morris. The ball dribbles out of bounds. Wildcat ball last touch
Good.
by Wood as he was diving with Morris to try and pick up the loose ball.
That's what we need.
Nice hands by Morris. He blocked the pass that was trying to go across the time stripe, and then he battled with Wood all the way to the ground on the right baseline.
I would really, really hope, though, when they do run the press, they're just a little bit more aggressive, because that was just a bit sloppy.
Wildcats with an extra possession, a chance to tie it up, down 55-57 with 5:08 to play. Baseline in under the basket, the Wildcats attack. That'll be to listeners' right. Wildcats are scoreless over the last 3 minutes of action.
Need an answer. Down 2 with 5 minutes left. This is where it counts that last leg.
Quick stoppage of play to dry the floor, and here we go.
Cross.
Jacoby looking for the inbound, goes up top to Quentin. Quentin fakes the pass, drives in all the way, layup,
Oh
no good,
my
he bricked
gosh!
it. Bricked it on the underside of the rim. He was wide open, nobody was guarding him. Jacksonville with a 2-point lead in the ball.
That would have been able to tie it right there.
Arias, their top scorer, still scoreless in the game.
That Braid, watch the post.
Strick to Jones. Here comes the screen. Jones back to Strick. Way out on top. Strick drives right past Arterio into the lane.
Up down.
Tried to go up with it, didn't get it. Rebound, Morris. He throws it atop to Jacoby Hetty. Bucket and the foul for Jacoby Hetty in transition.
His brother didn't get it. He was going to come right behind and get it right back for him.
I'll tell you what made that play, though. It was Ariel Bland picking up his head and seeing Jacoby Hetty all alone at the other side of the floor.
And it was many times where that hasn't happened down here that probably could have changed the trajectory of how it's been. Now it needs to be able to make sure that we can clean it up at the line.
And one opportunity attempt for Jacoby Hetty. This would give the Cats the lead. It's currently 57-all, 4:30 to go in the contest.
Not only take the lead, but keep the lead. Maintain it.
The and one is good. Jacoby Hetty is 3 for his last 3 from the charity stripe.
Yep.
And the Wildcats take a 58-57 lead.
Good press.
Once again, they'll run the full court press. The ball is with Donovan Rivers. He hands it off to Jones. Jones floats it up for Strick on the low block. Up for Rivers, 2-hand jam on the alley-oop.
That was a clean play, Mike. I hate to say it.
59-58, Jacksonville on top. Coach Theus calls the play. Wildcats attempt to run it. Here's Seneca Willoughby. Dribbling left top of the lane. They want to weave action.
We got our braid action as well, too.
Down low,
Oh,
Morris,
my
one-on-one.
goodness.
Kick out Willoughby.
Oh, my.
Corner 3 for Jacoby Hetty, no good. Rebound to Jacksonville's Hayden Wood. Seneca passed up an open look. I thought he should have taken it. Jacksonville a 1-point lead in the ball, 3:43 and counting. Lockett to Wood, and now to Jones. In front of his own bench on the right-hand side. Jones, the handoff to Strick. Strick goes to the screen, hands off back to Jones.
Rivers' job is mainly his pick and roll.
Jones drives in, pull-up jumper from the baseline, no. Rebound, Arterio Morris. Morris looking to push the pace, weaving through traffic all the way in, up and under. Oh baby, what a play!
Gosh.
Wildcats run the full court press again, up 60-59. 3:10 to go.
Press, block, everywhere.
3 to get it across for Jacksonville. Racing up with it is Jones. He barely gets it over.
At all. But I'm not Spurs right now. Just a different ship at the end. Maybe it's because the last 2 minutes left. Everything counts.
Strick. Trying to erase a 1-point BCU lead. Hands off Lockett and the high weave action for Jacksonville. Here comes the screen. Watch for the roll. No, they don't take it.
Right.
Strick runs into a straight-on 3. No good, back of the iron. Leaping rebound for Wood for Jacksonville. He goes up strong and finishes. Another offensive rebound for Jacksonville. They've been killing us on the offensive glass.
Yes, they have.
Second chance points. Where's second chance points on this? 10-6 in favor of Jacksonville. 61-60 Dolphins, 2:13 to go. Down low, Jacoby lost the ball, but he got fouled in the process.
And that's all that matters is as long as we get it. That was a very, very lucky, Mike.
Yeah,
very lucky.
He didn't secure that pass
No,
well
not at all.
They tried to run the pick and roll the other way.
I want to see them to throw it straight into the chest. That was very lucky. Momentum is still high.
Final media timeout. Jacksonville up 61-60, but Jacoby Hetty will be heading to the free throw line after this timeout. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University Basketball on the CatEye Radio Network. After this, we'll take you to the end of the game.
Would it be too soon to call?
Back in the Ocean Center, round one of the Sunshine Slam is coming down to the wire. It's Jacksonville 61, Bethune-Cookman 60 with 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the game. Michael Cirillo, Sabrina Petit-Home, bringing you all the basketball action from just across the bridge from campus here at the Ocean Center. Getting you caught up on some of the numbers. Jacoby Hetty leads all scorers with 15. Ruzan has 12. Morris has 8, but 6 of those in the second half.
Yeah.
Willoughby 5, Bland 6, and Johnson has 8. Quentin Hetty also has 6. For Jacksonville, Jones with 9, Wood with 15, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc for Hayden Wood. Lockett with 2, Rivers with 13, Strick with 5, Udumadu with 6, third kill with 8, and Borio with 3. Only one player with 4 fouls. That's Jason, third kill for Jacksonville, and he is currently on the bench. The only player on the floor with 3 fouls for the Wildcats is Jordan Johnson. Lockett has 3 and is currently on the floor for JU.
Take a look at those fouls. 2 timeouts less for Jacksonville, 14 fouls. And for Bethune-Cookman University, 3 timeouts left, 7 fouls.
So Jacksonville still only in the single bonus.
Yep.
Wildcats in the double bonus for the rest of the way, but they've been torrid from the free throw line. 11 of 22, 50% from the free throw line, and it was a lot worse before Jacoby Hetty started getting fouls.
Yes, it was.
Hetty now to the line. He'll shoot 2 after he got fouled on the arm by Rivers right before the media timeout. Wildcats, the home team in this contest, wearing the all-white Jacoby Hetty. A game-high 15, trying to make it more, which he does with the first one. Ties the game at 61. Somebody's going to have to either hit a clutch shot down at the end or come up with a clutch defensive play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wildcats, for the last couple of possessions before that timeout, went to full-court press on defense.
I know right now Jacksonville's going to want to feed it to their post
one,
players.
no good. 61 all. Strick almost lost the ball on the inbounds play. As he gets across the time stripe, guarded by Morris. Strick still dances with his heels on the midcourt stripe. Now finds Lockett. Left-hand baseline drive. He kicks to the corner. Extra pass back on top. Strick recovers the loose ball. Strick throws it to the left-hand corner. Lockett open for 3. Good. 3-point lead for JU, 64-61. In the left-hand corner, here's Jordan Johnson for the Wildcats. Resets back to Seneca. 1.5 to go, Cats down 3.
I hate to say it, Mike, but I might be time for that letter O.
Back to Seneca, top of the key. Now to Johnson. He'll try and tie the game. Too short off the front of the iron with his left wing 3. Jacksonville a 3-point lead on the ball. A bucket here would be a dagger pretty much for Jacksonville.
Yep.
They're going to take all the time they need. 1 minute left. Wildcats down 3. Jacksonville with possession via Jalen Jones. Wildcats press high. Everybody, 4 players above the 3-point arc on defense. Jones, left-hand drive into the lane, layup, no good, but a foul called on Jacoby Hetty as he whacked him on the arm. 50 seconds to play. And Jalen Jones is going to go to the line to potentially ice this one up for Jacksonville.
We're going to need all of our fans, all of BCU, the ones that are here, to just really make it loud. Make
Wildcats are 3 of 15 from the three-point line after shooting 39% from 3 this season. And are just 50% on the game after shooting, they're shooting 49% from the floor on the season. That's pretty good, but first one good, 2-possession game.
How we feeling?
Not good right now. So you gotta go fast, get a quick bucket, then start fouling. A quick 3 if you can get it, as they're down by 5. 48 seconds left, timeout Wildcats.
Smart move.
The Wildcats scoreless over the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds and just going when you play the style the Wildcats want to do, which is just we're going to outscore you and run you out the building, you cannot go cold in the last 5 minutes. You're going to lose every time.
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened tonight.
As well as the free throws that also add to it because we went to the line multiple times, but we just could not secure that. First ones was always off. Those double points, and we talk about this with every other team as well too. That is always at the end of the day what's going to determine who wins or who loses when both of the teams are playing equally well.
Jacksonville leads in rebounds 36-30, 10-8 on the offensive glass, 10-6 in second chance points for Jacksonville. Wildcats have turned the ball over 6 times. Jacksonville's turned the ball over 9 times.
Yep.
But it's just the Wildcats haven't hit the shots when they needed to.
No, but
and cold from the free throw line.
Comes down to 47 seconds, 0.7 seconds left in the game to really see if that can, shoot.
So it's still 5 points, still a 2-possession game. You got to draw something up for a really quick 3 here.
I would think, honestly, for me, I need somebody to foul our boys while we're shooting the 3 at the line.
Well, you can't plan for that.
I know, but, it would be nice. It would be nice.
We've already seen that work once this season up at Auburn, the first game of the year when Ontario got fouled on a half-court heave, and he tied the game with 3 free throws.
Think it could happen this game.
Here we go. Wildcats going left to right. 47 seconds left, down by 5. Wildcats have only hit 3 triples in the contest. JU has hit 5, and they're 50% for the charity stripe. Ontario Morris will control off the inbound. He'll try and drive it. He'll try and lay it up. No good, no foul.
Nice.
Out of bounds. Wildcats will keep it off of Udamadu. So the Wildcats get a second opportunity, but they burn 10 seconds off the clock. 37 seconds left to go. Still down 5. Here we go. Baseline in. And Jacoby Hetty lost the ball.
There it is.
Into the front court, the Wildcats will have to foul. That'll be it.
There it is.
Didn't even get a shot away in 2 attempts.
I think this was one of the games where the Wildcats let slip through their fingers.
They dominated for most of the first half.
Yes, they did.
And then Jacksonville found something in the post.
They're going to have a great season if they continue to keep and use that 3-man braid along with using their post players to the fullest extent because it's a very strong team down there.
Lockett missed the front end of the 1-and-1. 25 seconds left. Seneca Willoughby takes a deep 3, short on it. Lockett the rebound. And an immediate foul. And that'll be the double bonus for Jacksonville, so 2 shots.
Yep.
So Bethune-Cookman looks to drop to 2-4 on the season. They'll be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Yep.
They'll play the Stony Brook Seawolves in the 3rd place game. And Jacksonville will advance to the championship game of the Sunshine Slam. They'll play the Pacific Tigers tomorrow at 2. First free throw good from Lockett. It's a 6-point game, 67-61 with 22 seconds left. The numbers speak for themselves. 3 of 16 from 3. 12 of 24 from the free throw line. Lockett hits them both, 68-61. Morris into the front court, kicks it back, Hetty a 3. Oh, he finally hit one.
Yeah.
Timeout JU.
Well,
Timeout BCU. 4-point game. 14 seconds left, so now you need to steal.
Was a 4-point game for us yesterday on Saturday.
The difference is, in football you can get more than 4 points in one play.
Yes, you can. Can you imagine if it was like that in basketball, Mike? 14 seconds left. 14.1 seconds left. 64-68. That means they would need, honestly, they would need to drive.
A disappointing second half for the Wildcats as that three-pointer by Jacoby Hetty was the only three they hit in the entire second half.
Yeah.
23% from three on the game. And defensively, they couldn't figure out JU. They'll play full court press, try and get a steal. They don't get it. Lockett throws it ahead. Udamaru ahead. Wood will hold it.
Playing pass.
And the Wildcats will eventually foul with 3 seconds left and send Jones to the line. Not sure why they're fouling.
Yeah.
Wildcats foul charge number 3. Seneca Willoughby, his second.
They're going to look back on this one and ask themselves what went wrong.
Free throws.
As this is a game the Wildcats were in, dominated for a majority of the first half, and just let slip through their fingers.
Also, for those upcoming teams, if they ever do end up watching film or anything like that, they'll know that, you know, we're not always the strongest on the free throw, so we have to be able to set that apart.
First free throw, no good from Jones. Wouldn't be surprised if he intentionally misses this, just let time run off the clock. But he does make it. 5-point game, 69-64. 3 seconds left. Arterio heaves it from half court and misses, and that'll do it. Jacksonville wins the game 69-64. This one hurts.
It does.
This one hurts.
The Bethune-Cookman Wildcats.
I don't think the Wildcats didn't do enough of what they do well to win the game. They didn't shoot the three ball well. They really didn't shoot the free throw well, and they didn't get Arterio Morris involved enough. He only had 8 points on 4 of 10 shooting.
I think this game was a little bit laid back as well, too, for the Wildcats. Like, they shouldn't have never, I don't know, they should have never left their foot off the brakes when it came to the first half of the Wildcats, because they had every opportunity to be able to, they dominated the first half, but going into the later first half, into that second half, something just clicked for the Dolphins to be able to maneuver and use their post players in the way they did. And that three-man braid, I keep telling you, Mike, that braid is honestly something I've never seen before. Variations of it on being on the top of the key, the side, or the wing, down on the post, being it done simultaneously. You know, it's just being at the right place at the right time, and they were there.
Here are your final scoring totals. First for Jacksonville, Jones with 10, Wood with 15, Lockett with 7, third kill with 8, Rivers with 13, Udamadu with 6, Barrio with 3, Strick with 7. For the Wildcats, Hetty with 19, Ruzon with 12. Ruzon didn't score in the second half.
Yeah,
all 12 of those in the first half. Morris with 8, Quentin Hetty with 6, Jordan Johnson with 8, Willoughby with 5, Bland with 6. Just not enough, as the Wildcats only run 8 players today.
Wow.
Did not see didn't see Minor, Gonzalez, Barbary, Andrews, Womack, Roan, and Nina.
Right.
So what can you do? And Jacksonville ran 14 players.
Kept them fresh on their feet the entire time, Mike. That was strategic, very strategic of them, being able to keep their players in that minute of time, but also had trust in that bench players will be able to approve as well when coming into the next one.
Jacksonville outshot Bethune-Cookman 47-44 percentage-wise. Three-pointers, Jacksonville 29, Wildcats 22, just 4 of 18. Free throws, Wildcats 12 of 24, 50%. Both teams turned the ball over 9 times. Jacksonville had more points off turnovers, 10-7. Jacksonville out-rebounded us 38-32. More offensive rebounds, 10-9. More second chance points, 10-6. More bench points, 16-11. More Wildcats had more points in the fast break, 11-9. More points in the paint, 38-32 for Jacksonville. Once again, your final score, Jacksonville 69, Bethune-Cookman 64. We'll be right back here at the Ocean Center tomorrow for the consolation game of the Sunshine Slam. We'll be taking on the Stony Brook Seawolves at 11 a.m. You can catch it right here on the CatEye Radio Network. For Sabrina Petit-Home, my name is Michael Torello. We'll see you tomorrow for more basketball action. Until then, hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats.